Hey guys, I'm back, and this week we learned about emotions and getting in touch with them. We played this one game where we were actually testing out the different intensities of emotions, starting off from 1 where we're barely feeling the emotion to 10 where we're really strongly feeling the emotion, and we had to go up through each of the different numbers and the levels and see what that felt like. And then throughout the day, we played around with those different intensities. And I have to say, by far, this was the hardest lesson. And it was even hard just recording this video. This is actually my 3rd attempt. It was challenging, but, I got by with little help from my friends. And you guys know who you are. So the reason why it was so challenging for me is I learned that it was actually a bad thing to express emotions. That's how I was brought up, and I believed that it was bad to even feel them. So I stopped. I suppressed them as much as I could. I mean, you can't really fully suppress emotions. I felt that it was a bad thing, but at the same time, deep down, I wanted to. Like, I felt like I wanted to do that because that's who I was. But I was just too afraid. Our teacher taught us that all emotions are good. And when you start to label certain emotions as bad, then you start to create this fear of having them. And it makes you want to avoid things, like things that may cause it. And the thing is that each emotion has a purpose. And so if you're avoiding feelings like fear and sadness and anger, you end up missing the messages of those and missing the positive qualities that come from them. Like anger. Anger is meant to help protect you when people are trying to take advantage. Or sadness. Like, sadness helps you to let go if, you feel pain. And fear helps you to get more prepared in case of danger. And so these feelings all have purposes. The uncomfortable ones, they're there to tell you that something needs to change. If you don't feel them, and if you don't take the proper actions if need be, nothing changes. Yeah, and it's inevitable in life to have these feelings come up. And if you're avoiding them, not only do you miss the message, the emotions build on top of themselves, and they get more and more intense. And then the fear of feeling them becomes more and more intense. And then you start to avoid more and more situations because they can cause these, bad emotions. And anxiety itself. Anxiety is just fear of fear. It's not really about, a confrontation. It's not really about public speaking. It really has nothing to do with those things. The thing is that you just experience those really intense emotions for whatever reason, like there may have been a main cause. You experience in those situations, and you start to associate those intense feelings with that situation, and there you go. You have a phobia. You have a trigger for anxiety now. I got up in front of class, and I was trying to be more mindful, and there was one part where I got up, and I was so afraid, and I'm like, I can't do this, and it's going to be really horrible, and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to let myself feel this, and I kind of calmed down a little bit, and I got through it, and nothing horrible happened. It's good to feel those things. It's important to feel those things. It doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. And it's there to help you. I think it's the basic coping mechanisms of the body. And when you don't allow those, then that makes your brain look for other things like drugs and alcohol, and that's not useful either. Not in the long run anyway. Biggest thing that our teacher taught us, in my opinion, is that you let yourself feel those things and you express them when they're minor. You don't let them build up. And so you prevent all these really intense feelings. And I think that's what it means to, be emotional. It's not about, like, being really intense all the time and, like, crying really loudly at the drop of a hat, or, getting furious because, somebody didn't do your nails right or something. I don't know. And like I said earlier, I want to be completely me, and emotions is part of that. And I'm going to continue doing it. No matter how challenging it might be, and no matter how other people might react. Because honestly, that's their problem. And they're probably just going through the whole thing too about how they shouldn't feel those things. Because that's how they were conditioned. And I don't have to accept that anymore. And so I'm going to work on breaking that. There's a world-renowned quote that my friend just made, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And it goes like this: if you're afraid of feelings, you're afraid of life. Think about that. Does it still seem like not expressing and feeling emotions is a strength? If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. And if you think somebody can really benefit from this, please, please, please share it. I want to get this message to everybody. Everybody who could use it, because there are so many people that are struggling with this. And they don't have answers. So if you could help them out by, showing this video, that would be amazing. Alright. Ciao. See you next video. If you haven't already checked out days 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, you can click on the links below and watch them now.